Welcome to Fast Effect Double Speed Magic the Gathering. Here we have Jeremy on Bug Opposition versus Matt on Pox with a digital background, adding a little bit of spice to the videos. Very cool. Something that isn't really doable in person, so another strictly better thing for playing online. The fact that we get to play with people from all over the world. We've got players from Australia, England, Sweden, Brazil, all over the world. And also digital playmats now. So Thoughtseize takes a look at Matt. And, I mean, Matt's ready to fire back with in-kind lines of play. You want to trade card for card? Pox is going to be willing to do that all day long. And a Liliana's Triumph clears that Dryad Arbor. Wasteland, Edict, just going after absolutely everything Jeremy may have. Pox wants to leave you with absolutely nothing. And Castle Lochthwain going to look to draw additional cards for Pox. It's a really solid printing for an archetype that gets very little attention outside of being a meme. But you know what? They keep printing stuff like that. At some point, this deck is going to reach a critical mass. I mean, we picked up potentially Opposition Agent. I think that's the name of it. The 3/2 to gain control of your opponent's turn while they are searching. I think Hull Breacher has kind of taken over most of the hype from that set. And here we go, Oko. This was filmed a couple weeks prior to the now banning, so we'll see how relevant Oko ends up being here. We'll weigh in and see if he really deserved the ban based off of the results of this game right here. It's all the evidence we'll need. He is sticking around for now. So Jeremy has had multiple lands destroyed, and now an Elk is turning sideways. Leovold shows up, adds another 3/3 to the mix. And Blast Zone's going to look to clear out both Oko and Leovold. That is a pretty devastating Blast Zone. About as high quality as it gets. Handling Leovold without them drawing a card and getting rid of an Oko. That might be the single strongest Blast Zone that we've seen on camera. Him to Torok. Icefang Kodal showing up, but the rest of his hand looks like it's probably going to be on its way out the door. 2 cards at random. Draws a card off of Icefang first. Oh, and he'll actually choose. So Force of Will, pitching Baleful Strix. All sorts of Death Touch birds. I got to imagine Baleful Strix going to step back into the spotlight a bit more now that there's not as much incentive to run green. I may do a video talking about my expectations for the meta. Opposition Agent gets Abrupt Decayed. And let's back to Matt. Double Castle Lochthwain. 4 damage. Eliminate. Looking to take out an Elk. Jeremy continuing to fight. Gonna Brainstorm. And Opposition really not gonna pull a lot of weight in this matchup under this type of situation. I mean, it's gonna be tough to keep a bunch of creatures on board, even if they're cantripping versus Pox. And yes, ultimately, just going to get there, attacking for 4 a turn, as Matt was not able to clear all of the threats. But yeah, probably a bit of a challenge to get like a ton of creatures out versus Pox. Just in general, you're going to be soaking up Smallpox, Liliana's Triumph. Your smaller creatures very vulnerable to Liliana the Last Hope. Liliana of the Veil. At one point was, I think, just the best Planeswalker in Legacy. We'll see where she ends up now that Oko is on the outs. This is one of the last matches with Oko in it. Got some stuff for posterity here. We also will have some Tybalt matches. That deck got the axe. But not before we got some matches on camera. Basic Swamp leading out for Matt. And he's got a second to join it. Likely going to be all snow covereds here. Though I haven't seen scrying sheets in Pox. That probably wouldn't be the worst thing. Probably definitely worse than Castle Locthwain, though. Nether Spirit. Here he is. That's my boy. I played the heck out of that card when it was printed. Absolutely love it. Nether Go was a fun control deck. Back when control was like totally fine, just beating down with a 2/2 turn after turn. Though your undermines did add to the speed. And there's Oko. I mean, he's got nothing on Nether Shadow. Nether Spirit. Nether Shadow is a different thing altogether. We've got a pair of Eliminates. And a pair of counters, a Force of Will and a Force of Negation. Brainstorm for Jeremy. Now I think he actually elked the Ice Fang, which means that he can just get blocked all day long. Him to Turok. Veil of Summer playing defense. Absolutely huge. Veil just... one of the cards, it's kind of surprising that it's been left around. It's so powerful. Liliana gets Force and Negation. And this opposition list is just brushing aside all of the threats so far. Will Matt get anything to stick so he can force a game 3? Oko's loyalty is just comical. Like the amount of loyalty that Oko has. I mean, he does feel a little bit like a mistake. I mean... it's the loyalty like becomes irrelevant at a certain point where it's just like he's just got, you know, like 12 loyalty. Like if you could kill him, you might as well just kill the opposing player. It is pretty wild. Oh, in Danger Zone, a pair of Nether Spirits. Something you generally don't want to see because they will not be coming back. Oh no. And one of those surviving. How did that survive? Oh, it double blocks a 3/3. Gotcha. Yeah, he double blocked a 3/3. So Jeremy with no follow-up removal. And Matt can take down a 3/3 each turn. Jeremy can spit out a new 3/3 every other turn. And the air support of all of these 1/1 flyers. Yeah, we're going to D20s for Oko's loyalty as he makes a food. And it's probably going to be easier to just chip in the air. Liliana's Triumph can clear away an elk. Oh, wow. Actually sacking one of the 1/1s. I'm a little surprised. Smallpox. And it's going to be a little awkward. As, again, we'll have a Nether Spirit in the graveyard with another one that could potentially join him. Really wants to be a solitary creature. I would generally play it as the only creature in the deck. Getting multiple in the bin is a complete mess. And Jeremy stealing the Nether Spirit with Oko. Now it will go to Matt's graveyard. Him to Torok. Still, with Veil of Summer, it just doesn't feel like your opponent should have many responses left after you've already thrown him to Toroks at them. But Veils can just draw into more Veils and just keep on protecting. You know, and it's worth noting, just back-to-back turns of stealing these Nether Spirits. Brutal. And Matt scooping it up as Oko makes a good case for his banning there. I mean, that loyalty just gets so out of hand so quickly as he pluses on both modes. I mean, plus to make food, plus to make an elk. That loyalty is just moving in one direction, and that is to the moon, and now out of the format. That is all for this one, but don't worry, there is a lot more. You can check out our older videos, and we're always putting out new videos from ELD's Time Vault Games in Bellingham, Massachusetts. If you want to help the channel, of course, you can like, subscribe, share, tap that notification bell so you can know the next time our new videos come out. Thanks for watching.